Hello, good morning. Hey, Mom. Welcome to this week's edition of Coffee Chat with me, Catherine Oster. Hello. What else is possible beyond what we could ever imagine? Hi, you guys. Good morning. Hi, Julie. How are you today? Thank you for joining me. So, in case you're wondering, in case you're watching this in the future, it's Friday, October 7th. And it might be a different day for you. And that's what I love so much about technology is you just catch things. Yeah. Linda, hello. Good morning. Hi, Ruby. Hi, Ross. I will. Let me pour you a nice cup of coffee, Julie. I love coffee. Annalise, good morning. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Okay. So what I wanted to chat with you guys about today is Access Occult, Access Consciousness. So in case you didn't know, I am a certified facilitator of the tools of Access Consciousness. And hey, Dad, good morning. And is Access Occult? You know, there's a lot of different things going around on social media these days about what it is and how different people have experienced it. I know coffee is so good. Anyway, ADD. And what I'm going to chat with you about is my experience with Access. I cannot speak to what other people have experienced within Access Consciousness, but for me, it has, I've been able to use the tools, I have used the tools to change so many things in my life. And yeah, Julie, I love it. How does it get better? Hi, Loretta. Anyway, okay, back on topic. Is Access Occult? So I came across the tools of Access 2013. So like 9 years ago already in my life. And they showed up at a time for me I was going through some difficulty. Hey, Carmen. There was a lot that changed in my life within a few months. My father-in-law passed away of a heart attack. And then my daughter Helena was born like 2 weeks later. And then my grandma passed away. So there was lots of events in my life where I lost people. And it really invited me to look at like, what is this life even for? That was the question that I got to. And then I had a medium reading with an amazing lady that was very healing for me. I actually tapped into and got to connect with my father-in-law and my grandma and actually other people, my grandpa who had passed away. Anyway, it was so healing. And I was like, left that medium session seeking more in my life. And then I kept going back to the person, the medium, her Facebook page, and she also was a facilitator of Access Bars and Access Consciousness, and Access Bars kept catching my attention. And it took me a little while, like a few months, like probably 6 months, to book my first bar session, because I was trying to figure out what the heck this was. Received my first bar session, and after I had my bars ran for the very first time, I had never felt lighter in my life before. There was just so much of a let go of all this stuff I was holding on to energetically, and a sense of lightness. And I thought, I want more of this in my life again, like this, the lightness and the space. And so I started looking at the classes and the tools, and I took my first bars and foundation class, and there was like, it came with a manual, and there was conversations in that bars and foundation class that gave me more clarity about life, gave me more clarity. And it also started, like, the facilitator started asking me questions, like, what do I know about things? And I had never, ever before acknowledged that I actually know something until that moment. I'm like, what do you mean, what do I know? I don't know shit. That's why I'm here. That did not feel light. she was, and really looking at what I know and where I gave up my knowing what works for me, knowing what's true for me, in favor of other people in my life. And that was the beginning of me discovering what works for me, what brings me happiness that is different. Because the really cool thing that has shown up for me with Access Consciousness is that they actually, for me, they acknowledged, I could acknowledge that I was different than other people. And what makes somebody else happy is not necessarily what's going to make me happy. And up until that point in my life, I was trying to do happiness from other people and for other people, and that left me really miserable. And I kept going to, what is wrong with me? What is wrong with me that I can't get to this happiness? Like, I mean, that I'm doing all the right things that I'm seeing other people do, and I'm not happy. And Access really empowered me to ask myself questions. Nobody ever told, like, before I was made so wrong for asking questions. So, and it's funny because, so it was a few years in, like I took a Bars and Foundation. I think I took a Choice of Possibilities class in Paris. And then there was a shift in my life, people come, people go. And then one day there was a person who said to me, so-and-so thinks that you're in a cult. And I was shocked. I was like, what is she? What? What? Like, I totally blew my mind. I actually had no idea that people had considered Access Consciousness a cult. And I'm like, what is going on? So I Googled it for myself. Is Access Consciousness cult? And I then all of a sudden on, Google, social media, I could see all of the posts that people were saying about it. And then I got the information where people were, how this was coming out. And I'm like, well, the thing is that I'm having a different experience than these other people. Nobody has ever told me what classes I need to take, that I need to do this, you need to do this or else, and you should do this. Nobody has ever told me to do anything within Access Consciousness. I have continuously made the choices to take the classes that pop for me, because I'm continually desiring greater in my life. And my experience is, after I choose a class, I have access to greater. Like, I can just see things clearer and a little bit different. It's been my choice all along. And as a certified facilitator, now I chose to become a certified facilitator because I have freaking used these tools to create so much in my life, and I desire to empower other people to know that they can change things and create things in their life as well. That's what led me to my choice to become a certified facilitator. At any time, yes, so a CF, you have to choose different classes every year to maintain being a facilitator, which I totally get. That's with anything. Being a coach in the equestrian industry, which I also am, we have to there's workshops and classes you have to attend every year, things you have to achieve in order to maintain your coaching status. So it didn't surprise me at all that to maintain a CF, you have to, continually be in the loop and choosing the requirements. Cool. But at no time has anybody ever said, you're not allowed to quit being a certified facilitator. And in fact, when I facilitate Bars and Foundation classes, all of the money that I receive from the class stays with me. I don't pay anything back to Access Consciousness unless I choose to from having a Bars and Foundation class. Now, if a facilitator creates a specialty class, so I'm also a Talk to the Entities facilitator. When I facilitate those classes, yes, there is some royalty payments, like 10% or something, that go back to Talk to the Entities. And that just supports that business and that growth, which, again, it makes sense to me. It doesn't seem like an unrealistic amount. But at no point did I ever feel like I was pressured into choosing anything. So is Access a cult? Not for me, it's not, but I know people have experienced things differently. What it has invited me to know what is true for me and what I know. Um, if you want to take access consciousness and try to belong to it and and seek the, you know, like whenever you give your the power of your choice over to somebody else, then you're disempowering yourself, and you can do that with anything. You can do that with access consciousness, and you can do that with the skating club. You can do that with anybody in your life. Whenever you're going to choose what somebody says over what is true for you, then yeah, Julie, I left Access years ago because of mean people I experienced in my area. Exactly. That doesn't mean that I haven't experienced sweet, kind, funny, silly people like you. I still take some classes and I choose that feel good for me. Exactly. Exactly. And thank you so much. Exactly. And that's like anything in life. With horse shows, with like other coaches. So I have clients that I take to horse shows. And again, my whole philosophy is to empower people, and life should be fun. But there's other coaches. Like, and I never tell, thanks, Julie, I never tell anybody what to do in any area, even with my horse show clients. They're like, well, Catherine, should I buy another horse? And I'm like, what works for you, you know? And then we'll look at the things, and the person will then make the choice that they feel is best for them. I never go around telling people, you should get rid of that horse. That horse is stupid and it doesn't work for you. No, that is so not me. And that's in the horse world, you know. There's other people do different things. So, thank you, Julie. I'm so glad. And so yes, I guess access consciousness could be people could make it a cult. My experience with it is it has allowed me, it has empowered me to create and change and actually to know what is true for me. And that is what I desire to spread more of in the world. And I'm so grateful for you guys showing up and joining me live with this coffee chat every week. Um, if you guys ever have any questions about things or want me to speak to anything, I'm happy to explore other topics and ask you questions about things. Like, just send me a message. Every Friday, I'm always looking for more topics. So, yeah, what else is possible? And what is true for you? What's fun for you? What works for you? What is going to create a greater future for you? And what would it be like for you to be that difference? Thanks, Lori. Thanks, Julie. I'm sending you hugs and coffee cheers. And if you got anything out of this video, I would be so grateful if you would share it. That would be cool. And have an amazing day wherever you are, whatever you are up to. Mwah! Oh yeah, Tanya, it's definitely empowered me and helps me to find yes. Totally. I'm so grateful. Okay, happy Friday, guys. Bye-bye for now.